Nobody clapped for me when they said I didn't borrow money from the bank as governor. P2B, welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when they post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party and the former governor of Anambra State, Mr. P2B, in a lecture event, spoke on the need to build a strong economy that has solidity, not on the path of borrowing from banks and foreign nations. Mr. P2B noted that he did not get a sounding ovation from the crowd when the manager of the event praised him for not borrowing from the bank. He revealed why he did not buy into the idea of money borrowing in governance. He said, and I quote, "I sat here watching and I discovered nobody clapped for me when they said I did not borrow from the bank as governor. I knew it was a bad business for people here. Some states borrow because they can pay back. But for me, the reason why we didn't borrow is that we needed to build a strong economy. People ask me, what is my biggest achievement in Anambra State? I always say to them, bringing civility and order into the governance is my greatest achievement." Some people are going to get it wrong. Or be like, did you expect them to clap for you? Did you do this to clap for you? You don't need their clap. Heaven have already clapped for you. And you continue blessing you and you will achieve your aim. Okay? I really admire you, but there are some problems on your way. Stop backing IPOB. They're the terrorists killing your own people. Your supporters are your enemies for insulting everyone who have a different idea. You're playing politics as Christian Southeast president. Now, first of all, if I was going to meet a person who asks this question, I'll ask him, how is he backing IPOB? Have you ever heard somewhere that after any attack he came outside and spoke, oh, the indigenous people of Biafra, oh, they are not the ones that did this thing, oh, check well, oh. No. So how? Because it beats my imagination time and time again how it is only P2B that is supporting IPOB. Meanwhile, Atiku Abubakar is not supporting Boko Haram. Neither is Kwankwaso supporting the Boko Haram or banditry and terrorist activities going on in the north. So because I ask myself this question over and over again, for all I know, these terrorist activities have been going on from since God knows when. So now tell me, how is it now that it is only P2B that is backing the indigenous people of Biafra? I'm at a loss. They are partners in corruption with politicians. It is you. My goodness. They didn't do them. Okay, they didn't because to them it was like the camel passing through the eyes of the needle. Well, we should be prepared for corrupt politicians because most of them are not happy with his agenda. And that is why he's standing at a point where they no believe. You know, first of all, when P2B started saying he wants to come out for presidency, they brought out this Pandora issue. P2B told them, go and check. I don't have anything there. Check and check and check. You know, they checked and checked and checked. I think there was a time they said the EFCC invited him. I think there was a time he went, he answered them. He came back, right? Abi, is it not this OB? It's not this P2B, but I think there was a time. And after anything, they found nothing on him. Before he even came out and started saying, okay, I want to contest. And then after that, you know, after that particular period, he came out. That was when he started doing things differently. He left the PDP. He said he would rather win doing the right thing. I mean, he would rather lose doing the right thing than win doing the wrong thing. You know, he came out and he was very different. He was unique. He created some things for himself. He did not stand where others stood, and that is something very remarkable, if you ask me. They did not believe it is possible, so they need to verify first. When they were convinced, they would then change their minds and vote for you. P2B, man of wisdom par excellence, our sigh of relief will come 2023 when we become president. He has a lot of battles before Cha. A lot. Battles upon battles. Like I said, in this country, things are not so bad, like they say it. What is bad here is some blood, or should I say, some resources-sucking demons all around places, all around different ministries have refused to stop sucking our resources. They have refused to stop wasting our resources and putting our resources into their pocket. That is what is causing Nigeria to be in lack. Else, we're a country where there is what they call a country flowing with milk and honey. That means Nigeria. You don't supposed to be lacking in anything. What else is great to my president? As for me, that alone will put your name in the sands of time. He should be very favorable with you, my president. Now, let me say this. A lot of people are of the opinion, who are of the opinion that borrowing is good. I remember a time when, even before P2B came out, they said borrowing was good, Nigeria was borrowing. Nigerians were screaming out. We were screaming out, saying, the way this particular administration, they go borrow, we were screaming out a lot of things then, till, then, very notable people who, according to me, then go school, then they sound, then they okay, came out and they gave us one long script of how many nations are borrowing and how you don't have any plans. They don't have any problems. You understand how things are going to get, should I say, better. Not until it started happening. Our debts now, the DMO office don't come as I can say more. So the kind of basic we wouldn't enter. See how we need to, everybody, all hands should be on deck. That is when people are not coming out to say, they're not giving us one super story or the other. All right, they were in a rude shock and cannot believe it, as most of the governors have made us to believe that you must borrow to execute project. Okay, of what relevance is that clapping? Okay, good question, Sha. They see it as bad market because they borrow to loot. Borrowing in Nigeria is masterminded by corruption. Obi is the answer. Now, let me say this. Borrowing in Nigeria may not be the master to addiction anything. You can borrow to create revenue. Let's say, for instance, you borrow to build a facility that is going to create revenue, triple revenue. And maybe you borrow it and the loan is to cover maybe 20 years' time. And you borrowed money and you built revenue or revenues. And at the end of the day, you start servicing that debt. To me, it's a good way to borrow. Do you understand? But when you borrow and at the end of the day, you don't build, the money it just goes away with the wind. You don't build your revenue distance. You're not faithful to making sure you build it under the time it was stipulated and all. And before you know it, you don't enter BC. It is still borrowing that made, it's not Uganda. I think it's Uganda to lose their only airport, their only international airport to, I think, to China. I think something like that, to China. Because they borrowed money from China and they could not pay back. And it was stipulated there that they will collect this part. And that is the only international airport they have. Nigerians, borrowing is bad. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I call you next time, enjoy the rest of your day.